D47 all day for real, on the grind, popping off AM PM, revisiting as much rugby league information as possible. Right now, a new addition to add to the playlist, all points down one end of the field, and so you're not missing any crucial rugby league information, watching this video all the way through to the end. So, not very often in Australian Rugby League that you see all points in a game scored down the same end of the field. So what needs to happen for that to occur is that in the first half of the game, one of the team needs to score all their points for the game and not score again in the second half. And then in the second half, the other team needs to score all their points after having not scored in the first half. So a game of two halves, so to speak. And recently, we saw the 2024 round 3 Sunday night game at Newcastle Stadium, where Newcastle Knights eventually defeated Melbourne Storm 14-12 after leading 14-0 at half-time. So obviously, one of the games with all the points down the one end of the field. And even, it was only 14-12, just 4 converted tries and a penalty goal, but it was really like a tough, like a tense battle. Like it was really more like a 70s or 80s game, like really, really hard stuff, like a real grind, like a real forwards battle. And despite the low score, still very entertaining nonetheless. And eventually, it was Newcastle who got 2 quick tries midway through the first half through Dane Gagai and Enaro Tuala. Callum Ponga had converted both of them, and they led 12-0. And then just before half-time, Newcastle had gotten a penalty, and Callum Ponga had kicked the penalty goal for them to lead 14-0 at half-time. Then obviously they didn't score again, because in the second half, Melbourne Storm scored all their points. Early in the second half, Storm fought back to show that they were still going to make a fight of it. And it was Ryan Pappenhausen who picked up the scraps of a loose bomb to score for Melbourne. Nick Meaney converted, and at that point Newcastle led 14-6. Before late in the game, with only 5 minutes left, Melbourne's halfback Tyron Wishart, who coincidentally is the son of Rod Wishart, the Illawarra Steelers all-time legendary player. Rod Wishart's son Tyron Wishart did a beautiful halfback try where they dummy, where they show and go through the gap after falling the defence to score next to the post, and that was an easy conversion again for Nick Meaney, and that made the score Newcastle 14, Melbourne 12, where it stayed until full time. So Storm fighting back, and good on them for fighting back, but good on Knights also for holding on for a really hard-fought win and going into the game. So far, Knights had actually lost both games in 2024. Round 1, they were ordinary and had lost to Canberra Raiders 28-12, and in round 2, they eventually lost to Cowboys 21-20 in Golden Point. Chad Townsend got the Golden Point field goal for Cowboys, so 2 disappointing losses for Newcastle to start the season before they turned things around with this win in round 3. Whereas Storm, Storm did the exact opposite and won the first 2 games. In round 1, they'd beaten Penrith 8-0, and in round 2, they'd beaten Warriors 30-26 before losing this one. Thank you for watching to the end, D47.